Think back to when you were a kid, and whenever you wanted something sweet like a candy bar, you had to scrounge up a lot of money to buy that candy bar. How much was that candy bar? Maybe 50 cents or maybe even $1. Now that you are an adult that has a job, that has some money coming in, when you want something sweet, you go ahead to Starbucks and you get your coffee whenever you want that sugar rush. Buying that Starbucks for $6, $7, or maybe even $8, depending on what extra fancy things you want on it, is now normal because you are used to spending that amount of money. That $8 is now chump change, whereas back in the day, that $1 was a ton of money to you. If you have never bought a house before, your idea of what is affordable is going to be skewed. Dropping $250,000 or $500,000 on a house is a big deal when maybe you don't even have $1,000 in your bank account. That's like telling your junior high self that you're gonna spend $8 for something sweet. That wouldn't make sense because you don't have the concept of spending that much money. If you want to buy an affordable house, it is imperative for you to change the way that you think about something being affordable. Because you have never bought a house, it is going to be hard for you to contemplate the affordability because you're basing it on something that you've never done before. To determine if it's affordable, you are not making a decision based on you, right? Because you have never bought a house. You are making decisions based on what the media is telling you, based on what maybe your family is telling you or your friends, but you are not making a decision based on facts and based on your facts. So I'm going to walk through 2 things that you can do today to determine if a house is affordable based on facts and based on facts for you and nobody else. Because if you continue to listen to other people to make decisions on what is affordable, then you're gonna probably just end up in a place where you don't have a house and broke and unhappy and going through the motions, because that is what most people are doing. So affordable is subjective. Affordable is different for different people. Beyonce just bought a house for $200 million. So if you're Beyonce's friend and you say, hey, is this house affordable? She's gonna have a different idea from you because her bank account is lined up different from yours. The best way for you to understand whether or not a house is affordable for you is to detach yourself from the price completely and start looking at how much mortgage payments would be for that house. We're gonna take a step back, and instead of focusing on the price of the house, you wanna focus on how much will this house cost you per month. The best way to do this is to talk to a lender, but realistically, you can't talk to a lender about every single house that you see. And so while you are trying to figure out what's affordable for you, you can use free mortgage calculators that are online. I will link one in the comments. You can put in the price of the house, the location, the interest rate, how long the loan is gonna be, and it will tell you exactly how much that mortgage payment is. It is important for you to start getting estimates or start looking at how much it is per month, because that'll give you a better idea of what is affordable for you based on your budget and not based on this big number of the price of the house. Because you might be surprised to see that this house that is $200,000, $300,000 is actually not that much different compared to the rent that you're paying right now. And when you do this and you break down this big number into something that's more tangible, something that you're used to seeing every day, right? You're used to seeing your rent payment every day. That's a better way for you to gauge what is affordable for you as opposed to just the lump sum of what the house might cost. The more that you start using these calculators and you start to play with, okay, if it's this much, how much is it per month? Then you'll start to get an idea of what the price range is. And once you have that, then you can narrow down the houses that you're looking at to fit that number that you have determined is affordable for you. Not your mom, not your friend, not the media. You have determined what home price is affordable for you based on facts and based on data, not on other people's feelings or opinions. Just understanding how much this house is gonna cost you per month is not enough. You wanna take it one step further and you want to evaluate how that looks in relation to your budget. Based on how much money you get as your salary, what all your expenses are, how much you pay for rent right now, is this number doable? So is this potential mortgage price the same as your rent? Is it less than your rent? If it's more than your rent, is there something that you currently spend money on that you can take out of your budget? These are things that you want to look at for you to determine whether or not this mortgage payment would be doable based on your actual numbers and budget. If it's not doable, you're gonna go back to step number 1 and run calculators to find that number that is gonna work. If you don't know what's happening with your money, you don't know whether or not you are negative every month or whether you have extra money to save, then you wanna take the time to dial in on that, because that is going to make it easier for you to decide how much you can spend on a house in terms of a monthly payment on a mortgage. If you don't take the time to start making decisions based on facts, on the dollar amount that it's going to cost you per month to pay for this mortgage, as opposed to how much you're paying for rent right now or how much you're spending on things that don't really matter, then you are going to continue to pay rent and you are going to continue to build your landlord's dream. As a landlord, I love it when tenants pay rent because that means that I get to build my dream. But if you want to build your own dream, then take the time to understand these things. Take the time to make decisions for yourself. Don't rely on other people's opinions. And that will take you closer to buying your house, because if you don't, you are leaving opportunities to buy your house now on the table. My favorite way of making buying a house affordable is by buying a multifamily house. So a 2, 3, or 4 family house that I live on one floor and the rest of the floor have tenants. Because what that means is I get to live for free because my tenants pay my mortgage for me. If you want to know exactly how that works, make sure you check out this video right here where I walk you through step by step the benefits and the cons. I will see you there.